Hello everyone, so today I'll be showing you how to decorate your notebooks for back to school time, if that's even a sentence. So I'll be showing you how to create two of these methods. First is going to be this one where you're just going to draw stuff on the cover. The first thing you need is obviously a notebook. You can use a spiral, you can use a composition notebook, whatever you have in hand or whatever you want to use. I'm using this one that I got at IKEA. It came in a pack of 3. It was like about $4, I believe. And it's really cool. I like the size, I like the thickness. It's very convenient. You can just carry it around, and since it has white paper, I don't know, it just works better for me. The next thing I'm gonna use are these chalk markers, and basically you're just gonna start drawing whatever you want. I decided to draw flowers because that's what I like drawing the most, and I feel that they look a lot prettier than anything else that I draw. You can use any type of paint or markers or whatever you have or want. The ones that I'm using right now are kind of like the ones that you have to press so that the color can come up. So that's what I was showing you right here. The reason why I like these markers, or yeah, markers basically, is because they tend to show up a little bit more whenever you're using a dark paper, since they're intended to be for chalkboards. And they're pretty convenient, really easy to use. You can erase them if you don't like how it looks. Of course, this can be a problem at the end because it can smudge or something, so you have to be really careful whenever you're painting everything, and you might want to use a sealer like Mod Podge or whatever you normally use or have in hand. And you honestly can draw whatever you want. I draw flowers, you can draw, I don't know, like a heart or your name or anything you want. I just kind of like I said, I really like drawing flowers, and that's kind of like the first thing that always comes to mind whenever I have to make something kind of like this big-ish. So yeah, I decided to draw flowers. You can go on Pinterest or even Google and just look up different flowers, or like doodle flowers, or yeah, just kind of look that up and you can copy from there. You can also draw or make a sketch of whatever you want your cover to be on a separate piece of paper, so whenever you go on the actual notebook you won't really mess up. And yeah, it's actually really easy to do, and right now it looks kind of weird, honestly, but whenever you go with the green and you start making the leaves and all that, it actually starts looking a little bit more put together, and it looks a little bit more finished, if that makes sense. So again, use the leaves whatever you want. Try not to make all of them the same size and shape, I guess you can say. You can make some like this one right here. I'm putting little lines inside, and some other ones I'll just leave them like that. I will just color them in. I'll just put a line. So it's basically up to you what you want to draw, how you want to do it. I promise you no one else will ever have something like this because it's made by you, so it's coming from your own imagination and it's gonna be super original. And what I did at the end is I just added like a bunch of little dots so it can look a little more full. You can honestly put whatever you want. This is so, I guess you can call it flexible because you can do whatever you want. I cannot really think of the word. And like I said, you can add a little bit of sealant. I didn't add it right away because I pretended to, because I didn't want it to like the colors to smudge and all that. I waited until it dried up. The next one we're gonna do is we're gonna use some fabric, like scrap pieces of fabric. I found this one that has little hollow glitter. I believe that's hollow. You're gonna need scissors and some E6000, and I got these stickers from Hobby Lobby, I believe. They have different phrases and some washi tape. This is a little bit more tedious because you have to measure the fabric, you have to see how you want it to be. This step that I'm doing right now is optional. That's only if you have fabric that I think its name is called fries or something, like the little threads come off, and basically you're just gonna glue it in. There is not really much to it. You're just gonna be gluing the fabric and measuring it, cutting it, and that's pretty much it. Make sure you measure really well. I thought I measured well, but whenever I didn't count for those folds that I was gonna do in the back, so it ended up being a little bit shorter. Like right there in the middle, you can see there is a kind of like a line, so it wasn't really fully covered. And I'm using the back of, well, I used the back of the A6000 to kind of like smooth out the bubbles and like the glue ish. Now I'm gluing up the back part, and then at the front I decided to put another piece of fabric, which I ended up regretting doing because I didn't like it, but in the end, I mean, oh well. So now that it's glued on, I decided to put a little bit of washi tape. I really like this washi tape. It's gold. I've almost done with the entire roll, and I looked for a phrase that I liked to put in there. And then I found some confetti, like glitter, not stars confetti, I think that's how they're called. And I don't know the name of these other ones, but I've had them for a long time. I think they were my grandma's. My aunt gave them to me. And they're basically like little circles that sparkle, and it kind of gives it a galaxy look without being that typical galaxy stuff that you see around. So it's a little more dark and I don't know how to, and shiny. So yeah, I really like this method, and the only thing you're gonna do is you're gonna glue it on, and that's how you see. And this is another example of what I've done. I don't know if you can see, I don't know if it's gonna focus enough. Yeah, there you go, a new beginning. So I did the same method except for that I used those circles in a different color. I used the same fabric. I used a smaller notebook. I used some ribbon for this one. I had this from somewhere, I don't know where I got it from. And then I used like a scrap piece of fabric that I had from a shirt that I had to, well, my mom made a lot smaller for me. And that's it for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. Leave it down in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.